Hello everyone, the story I'm going to share today is Emperor Wu of the Han met the Queen Mother. After Liu Che took over the throne, he started to seek Taoism. He often traveled to famous mountains all over the country to pray the gods, hoping that he could attain Taoism and become immortal. One day in April, Emperor Wu was sitting in Chenghua Hall, chatting with Dongfang Shuo and others, when he suddenly saw a very beautiful young girl coming from the sky. Emperor Wu was surprised and asked, "Who are you?" The girl said, "I'm the Jade Girl of the Heavenly Palace. The Queen Mother sent me to inform you from Kunlun Mountain. She heard that you are devoted to seeking longevity, and I have visited 5 secret mountains many times to pray to the gods. She will come to see you on July the 7th. Please get ready to meet her." Emperor Wu hurriedly left his seat and bowed down, and promised to follow the instructions of the Jade Girl. But just as he raised his head, the Jade Girl disappeared suddenly. Emperor Wu asked Dongfang Shuo who the woman was. Dongfang Shuo said, "She is the Jade Girl in Silan Palace, where the Queen Mother stays. Her mission is to deliver Queen Mother's message to other immortals. She is a very important official beside the Queen Mother." So Emperor Wu began to build a pavilion to welcome the Queen Mother and handed over the court affairs to the Prime Minister. On July 7th, the inside and outside of the palace were thoroughly cleaned up, and a special seat was set up for the Queen Mother in the main hall. A purple silk carpet was spread on the ground, radiant candles were lit, and top-notch offerings were placed. Emperor Wu put on a gorgeous dress and stood respectfully on the steps of the palace. There was a solemn atmosphere in the palace, waiting for the arrival of the Queen Mother of the West. About 11 at night, he suddenly saw clouds rising up in the southwest sky, heading towards the palace. As they would get closer, he could hear the sound of flute and drum music, and people shouting and horse neighing in the clouds. About 20 minutes later, the Queen Mother arrived in front of the hall, and a group of immortals followed. Some of them rode dragons and tigers, some rode white unicorns or white cranes, some celestial horses or gorgeous chariots. There were thousands of them dazzling the palace. The Queen Mother wore a large golden shawl. She looked about 30 years old, with a beautiful face and unsurpassed beauty. She sat in a seat specially set for her, and after Emperor Wu bowed down and greeted her, she invited Emperor Wu to sit with her. The Queen Mother brought the chef from the Heavenly Palace, and very soon food and fruits made by this chef brought up. They were so delicious and could not be found in the world. Emperor Wu couldn't name them. Not long after, the maid brought a jade plate containing 7 fairy peaches. The Queen Mother took 4 and gave them to Emperor Wu. Emperor Wu found the taste was very sweet, and his mouth was full of fragrance for a long time after eating. Therefore, Emperor Wu kept the peach plate, and the Queen Mother saw it and told him, "This fairy peach bears fruit only once in 3,000 years, and the earth in human world cannot grow it." After a while, Mrs. Shangyun, the youngest daughter of Queen Mother, also arrived. Emperor Wu quickly kowtowed to her. Mrs. Shangyun said to Emperor Wu, "I heard that you are seeking Taoism and traveled to 5 secret mountains to pray to the god. I would say that you are very devoted, but you have not gained much so far. If you can truly cultivate yourself, to give up extravagance, don't be greedy for women, treat others with kindness, and care about the sufferings of your people, And then you may accumulate more virtues. As long as you keep doing it, after 100 years, the Queen Mother will definitely let you enter the heaven and become an immortal. Upon hearing this, Emperor Wu immediately left his seat and knelt on the ground to thank her and said, "Thank you for your teaching today. This is really a special love for me. Although I was ordered to be the emperor, I was really eager to seek Taoism. I hope to have the chance to enter the heavenly world." Next, the Queen Mother gave him the Taoist diagrams in 2 forms of 5 secret mountains and 12 volumes of scriptures, and also asked him to treasure them. Emperor Wu thanked her again and again. Since then, Emperor Wu assigned people to build scripture pavilion, especially for keeping the important scriptures. And he went to worship them in person every day, and was indeed cultivating in action. In this way, he was doing for 60 years, and felt great. He thought that definitely he would become immortal. With this thought, Emperor was gradually neglected for his cultivation, and began to build palaces on a large scale, laboring people and spent a lot of money. He also started to fight with other countries far in the south and the north. More surrendered captives were cruelly killed. When the Queen Mother saw that the Emperor Wu did not follow her teachings, in November of 101 BC, she set heavenly fire, burning the scripture pavilion. Emperor Wu Han died in 87 BC at the age of 70. This story tells us the truth, that the vows with God must not be ignored. One must obey, and cultivation must also be implanted in action. The true cultivation should be considered to cultivate both your thoughts and behaviors. It must be consistent, then one can get the way. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.